Hello and welcome to First Church Nursery Training. My name is Brandy Maples and I'm so excited to have this opportunity to talk with you today, and I'm so excited that you have chosen to serve with us here. I'm going to go over just a few of our best practices for the nursery today. Some of you have been volunteering for the nursery and toddlers for years. Some of you are brand new. But wanted to take this opportunity because our church is growing just to implement a few new practices and put a few new things in place. So I'm going to go over those with you today. And to start with, we're going to start with how you are scheduled to work. And workers are scheduled on a rotating basis, a quarterly rotating basis. And you will get that notification in Planning Center, usually through an email. If you could be in position 15 minutes before church starts, that would be around 9:45. Very important, if you're unable to serve that week, please note that in Planning Center. Or if it's a last minute thing, you could text myself or Chad Winter, and our numbers will be in the literature that you're going to get. Some other important things to note. All of our volunteers here with First Church Littles, and that's what we call our nursery and toddler room, are female volunteers only who are 18 years and older. Now, we do have a third person in the infant room, and that third person can be any female that is entering the 9th grade through 18 years of age. One change: no volunteer should ever be alone with a child. We feel that's something that we're going to implement to protect us, to make parents more comfortable, and to protect our children, most of all. So, in order for us to successfully do that, if a child shows up to be checked in and your second or third worker has not arrived yet, please do not take that child into the nursery yet. You can wait for your second worker, or you can contact myself or Chad to let us know, and we will have someone come in here to fill in during that time period. The ratio, like I said, for the infant room is 3 workers and 2 workers for the toddler room. That's just to make sure that we have all of our children covered and their needs are met. So here's our new name tags. That's a little something different. We are going to wear name tags. They're dry erase name tags, so I suggest maybe putting them on the side that you don't have a child on your hip. And they're going to be located in the infant room in the bathroom with an expo marker. And in the toddler room, they'll be on the shelf as soon as you walk in the door. So if you'll write your name on that as soon as you get into position on your Sunday to serve, that would be great. They are magnetic, so no holes in the shirt, so that's a win. Now, if you'll remain in your room until all the children have left, you put everything away. If you feel like anything needs to be wiped down with Clorox wipes, please do that. Another big change we've done for security purposes. Once service begins, all classroom doors are to remain locked. And that's the top and the bottom portion. Now, in the past, we've had people that maybe needed to come in to change a child or just use the facilities. Well, we created a family room to meet those needs now. So really no one should need to come in before service is out. And what's wonderful is we have this TV now, and you can live stream, you'll be able to live stream the service. You'll also be able to play songs for the children. And so they're really going to love that. It's going to help you know what's going on. And it's just a great thing that we've added. Now, something very important. You'll already have your door closed and locked. In cases of imminent danger, and unfortunately we do have to think about that, we've implemented some safety measures. Of course, we have the two-way windows, two-way mirrors, if you will. So if you ever need to go into maybe a lockdown, something along those lines, you will just simply pull this down so no one can see in, and you will bar the door. There are bars behind the bathroom doors. for both the nursery room, the infant room, and the toddler room. So that's in extreme circumstances. Hopefully we never have to do that, but we do want to make sure that we are prepared. When you change diapers, make sure that you're in view of another adult, another volunteer in the nursery or the toddler room. You want to change their diaper at least once while you're serving. And then make sure you clean the area with Clorox wipes and of course disinfect your hands. Now, we know that in a toddler room, they may be potty training. So if you have to assist a child in the bathroom, you want to make sure that that door remains open and you are also always in view of the other volunteer when you are helping that child. And of course, after that, you will help them wash their hands and you will do the same. Now, check in and out is also a bit different. In the past, parents have just brought their children in and, we take them and then send them on their way when they go. Well, our church is growing, praise the Lord. So we might not know all the families. They might not know us. We don't know all the relatives. We need to make sure there's a good system that can help us check children in and out efficiently and safely. So the new system is located in the hallway, and it's to check in your child. It will print out 2 identification stickers for your child. One will go on their back and one will go on their diaper bag. And that's very important so we know whose bag is which. And this is very important, is the parent identification tag or sticker. Parents must have this sticker to pick up their child. Or grandparents, I think I even gave it to my older son last week. I said, here, go pick up Elizabeth. So someone has to have that sticker to pick up your child. Now, it could be my mom that's in here working. She knows me. She doesn't need my sticker to know that Asher is my child. But she needs to ask for my sticker. I need to show my sticker. And if I have lost my sticker, she needs to look on the computer, the check-in computer in the hallway, and I need to show my ID to her to make sure that I'm who I say I am. So we want to make sure it's consistent, even if it seems crazy. Parents have to show their sticker. So make sure, please tell parents, hang on to that sticker, they can stick it right on them, part of their Sunday outfit. So they have to have that sticker to match up their child. Parents cannot come in the room anymore. So what you'll do is when you come in here to serve, you're going to keep that bottom half of the door locked during check-in. And I know I said when service starts, you're going to shut that top half. But during check-in, bottom half locked. Parents are going to hand you their child, their diaper bag over the door. You greet them, hey, hello, how's it going? And does Asher need anything? And, just be super excited. If they're crying, soothe them, do all the things you know to do. But parents cannot come in. In fact, no one but volunteers for that Sunday should come into this room during that scheduled time. Diaper bags will go underneath the changing table. I know some of them are kind of piled high, so I have to stuff them in, but you can make it work. That's where we're going to store diaper bags. The toddler room, you have a couple of different options. You have underneath the changing table, and you have the cabinet when you first walk in. If a child is upset, you're going to want to try to soothe them, allow all the adults in the room to try to soothe that child, try to get them interested in things around, toys, activities. They can look out the window. What they cannot do is go out of this room. So they have to remain either in the nursery or toddler room, wherever they were assigned. They can't go in the hallway, can't be walked around, and that's for safety purposes, really. If we did have to have some kind of threat, I want to make sure I know where my child is. So children have to stay in this room. After 15 minutes, if that child is still crying, and I'm not talking in and out, I'm talking they're getting the snubs, they're just miserable, then you're going to message that family. Also, if a child, of course, if they're feverish or vomiting or anything like that, you're going to want to alert the parents. And if you have been sick in the previous 24 hours, please do not come to church. Please call out that Sunday morning. Okay, just a few best practices to end. Please wash your hands before you serve on that Sunday morning. Very important. all of our gear, and I mean like swings and changing tables and bouncies and any of that, they have buckles, they have safety restraints. Those should be used. We want to make sure that no child is ever injured because we didn't use something properly. Children should be on their back to sleep if they're under one year, if we lay them in a crib. If you're holding them and they're sleeping, just continue to check that they're breathing and they're good. If they are under a year, they're in a crib, they cannot have a blanket. So I know they may seem cold, okay? But we cannot put anything in there with them if they are under 1 year. We just can't, okay? So we can't have that responsibility, we can't take that chance, okay? No boppy pillows. If they fall asleep in a swing, you have to take them out, and you can either hold them or you can put them in the crib on their back. Also, please only hold one baby at a time if you're standing, and once every child is picked up, you can pick up the room and clean as needed. But I think I've covered pretty much everything. I appreciate your time. Again, we are so excited to have you serving with us. It's going to be wonderful. We love our littles here at First Church. They are amazing, and you are amazing, and we are all going to have a wonderful experience. Thank you.
Thanks so much for volunteering in our nursery. You are an integral part to everything that we do on a Sunday morning. I do want to just go over a few things with you when it comes to check-in. Just remember that as a family comes in, just welcome them, greet them with a big, huge smile. Make sure you just welcome every single part of the family. So the littlest all the way to moms and dads, grandparents that are bringing their kids in. So the very first thing that they'll see is you will have somebody stationed here, and so you will help them plug in their name. So it's just as simple as putting in their name. So I'm going to put in my daughter's name in order to type in Pearson. And so if a person has already registered, if their name is already in the system, their household will pop up. So you simply click on their household and then find the child that is being checked in, put a checkbox beside them, make sure it says toddlers or infants, nursery, and then you're going to hit check in one person. As soon as they do that, it'll spit out 3 different tags. So let me explain the tags for you. As you tear them off, you have 2 with the child's name. So one is supposed to go on the child, so it's just sticky. Pull it off, put it on the child, front or back, and then this is the tag that goes to the parents. You'll take this off and hand this to the parents. This is what the parent needs to have with them in order to come pick up their child after the service or anytime after drop off. So make sure every single parent receives this tag, because they will need this tag in order to pick up their child after the service. So this is super important. Make sure every child has a name badge. This is for name that goes on them. This is a name badge that goes on a bag or diaper bag that they may have, and then this goes to the parent. Make sure they have that. They have to have that in order to pick up their child. So let me show you one other thing that has to happen if a child is not inside the planning center already, if they haven't registered yet. Okay, so let's just pick Tom Sawyer. Tom Sawyer has decided to show up for service today, and he is a child, so he is not in the system. And so what you have to do is click New Household, and that is going to bring up a form where it's going to say Tom Sawyer, and you're going to put child, gender, and say Tom is a male, and then this is the thing about check-ins. If our host team has just happened to have missed someone, we can get as much information as possible. Everybody is completely okay with giving as much information as possible for their kids, because they want to make sure that their kids are taken care of, and we want to make sure our kids are taken care of. So we can get as much information. They will give you social security numbers if you ask for it. Just kidding, they probably won't. But you can add birth date in there. You can select a school if they're in a school somewhere. You can add a grade. So obviously they're in or at least younger than kindergarten. You can get an email address, so you can type in an email address, you can type in a phone number, cell phone number, home phone number. You can add as much information and get as much information as possible from a parent when they drop off their child into the nursery. Make sure you get street address, and then once you get all that information, click up here in the top right that says Save Person. So it's saving as we go. And as soon as that pops back up, you can click Tom Sawyer, and you are going to put them in either the infant nursery or the toddler class. And so just make sure you select, let's just say Tom Sawyer is in the infant nursery. So we're going to select infant nursery. Oh, and I forgot to add his age. And so we are going to go back to nursery, and we're going to check in one person. So as soon as we check in that one person, it'll spit out the same number of tags, badges that you can give. So 2 badges, 1 on a child, 1 on a diaper bag or personal belongings, backpack or something like that. And then the parent badge goes to the parent.
One of the great things that you can use as a teacher is by sending a message to a parent of a kid who has already checked in. So just simply type in the child's name, click on the household, and then head over to the bubble that's right beside of the child's name. Click on that, and then there are pre-selected messages that can be sent to either mom or dad or both parents or adults that are connected with the child. These messages cannot be changed, however, you can select which one applies best to the situation that you would like to contact the parent or guardian about, whether that is to come get them, whether they need a feeding, diaper changing, have a medical emergency, or just want to let them know that their child is doing great. Just select the message and then hit send, and it sends a text message to the parent or guardian of the child.
There's one other type of check-in that we want to show you, and so we're going to do that just right now. So this check-in station is just simply an iPad on a stand. So this is mainly for our individuals who have attended our church before. Their names are already in the system. They've had a child put in the nursery before. And so that's mainly what this is for. The computer allows us the more access and ease to be able to get additional information like phone numbers, address, things like that. You can do the same thing from this iPad. It's just simply easier over on the computer. So if a family that has attended before comes to this iPad, they can simply type in their child's name. So I'm going to type in my child's name. So we're going to put in Pearson again. And it's going to come up with household. So click on household. And it's going to come up with my entire household. Make sure they check the box to say that they are in the toddlers class. And we're going to check in one person. It is going to say it's done. And so they're going to walk over back to the station. And again, it has printed off 2 name badges for the child, one that goes on their person, second one goes on a bag, and then the third one, rip that off, hand that to the parent or the guardian to make sure that they bring this badge back in order to pick up their child from the nursery.